Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another fabulous episode of The Audition with your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. I am your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. Make sure that you subscribe, all that good stuff up above my head. Subscribe, press the button to subscribe. Down below, you have all the links to thumbs up this video. Please thumbs up this video. And you see all the links how to get in contact with me on Twitter, Facebook, what else? Instagram, all that good stuff. So definitely follow me and tweet me, get in contact with me just to say, hey, this, that, and the other. So I definitely need you all to push this video from me to you, especially in the Tallahassee area, Tallahassee, Florida surrounding area, because this is a video of great concern for me. Something that really happened to me that pissed me off, and it may not mean much to you, but it means much. It means a lot to me as a consumer, and on the flip side, as a businessman. To make a long story short, a lot of you know that I am the Grand Basilisk of the Distinguished and Sophisticated Men of Royalty Incorporated, which is a LGBT organization for, which is a gay organization for men, and we just had our second biannual Scholastic Boule in Birmingham this past weekend, which I presided. This was my last Boule as Grand Basilisk. We've elected a new Grand Basilisk, Mr. John Izell, and new board, this, that, whatever. I'm a past Bacilli, and I love it, and I'm just transitioning out as they transition in. But anyways, I went to a store, a Greek paraphernalia store, the only African-American Greek paraphernalia store here in Tallahassee, called Ujamaa, who is owned by Tracy and Robert Williams here. Now, let me give you the backstory of this, and I'll give it to you really quickly. Tracy and I have been friends for over 10 years. I crossed one of my organizations in 2001, and they did my line shirts and this, that, and the other. And this business started with her parents. It was her father and her mother years and years ago. They did all the Greeks here, all the African-American Greeks, and some of the Caucasian Greeks here. And wonderful establishment. Her mother passed years ago, and it was then her and her dad. And then she got married to Robert. I don't know what Robert had before. I mean, this is just my opinion. I don't know what he had to offer, you know. But anyways, he married into the business, and now he, in my opinion, pretty much runs the business, which is not a bad thing if you're running the business correctly. So, Monday of last week, I went by Ujamaa, seeing Tracy, seeing the new baby, speaking to them, because like I said, we've been friends. We butted heads slightly before one other time, but you know, like friends, you butt heads, you get over it, and you come back, or whatever the case may be. I went down there last week to order some shirts for our boule, given that it was the week before, but I asked Robert, hey, can this happen? Is it possible? If it's not, it's okay. He said, sure, fine. It'll be cheaper if you bring in your own shirts. So I went and got the shirts, brought them in, dropped them off down there on Wednesday to pick up on Friday. He said that would be fine. I called Robert Friday after hours, because I have their cell phone number, and I called them after hours saying, you know, I forgot to come down there today. Are the shirts ready? He told me, yes, these shirts are ready. I was like, cool. I'll come down tomorrow, which is Saturday, this past Saturday, to pick them up before I leave. So Saturday I had to do some running around for my clients, for my business, What's T Photography and Graphic Creations LLC, to get my paperwork and my product ready for my clients or whatever, right? So about 2 o'clock I called Robert saying, hey, are you down to the store? He was like, no, we're not there. I was like, okay, well, I need to come pick up the shirts. He was like, okay, let me call you back. I didn't get a call back for about 15 minutes or so, so I said, I'll call him back. I called him back. He said, we'll be down there by 3 o'clock. I said, okay, cool. So at this point, I'm still running around, getting my errands done. I go back to the house to put packets together and all that stuff for my clients for them to pick up their graduation announcements and their cap and gown portraits. At 2:45, Robert calls me and says, were your shirts supposed to be in old gold or sunshine yellow? Now, common sense will say, it doesn't make a difference what my shirts were supposed to be in, because you already told me that they were done. So, at this point, I know Robert is lying. So, I get down to the store. I'm bamming on, the door was locked. I'm bamming on the door, They have a metal door, a part of Ujamaa. I'm bamming on the door. Dogs are barking, going off, this, that, and other. No one comes to the door. So I get my phone, I call Robert. I said, you don't hear me banging on the door? No, I didn't hear you banging on the door. I'm in the back, So he says, I'm on my way. I sit there for 5 minutes for him, and the store is not big at all, for him to come open the door. I come inside, and I was like, okay, Robert, I know my shirts weren't done. And I was joking with him, you know, being funny, but I said, oh, Robert, you are a horrible liar. You are a horrible, horrible, horrible liar. I look at the shirts, and it is not the design in which I gave him. I said, well, Robert, how do you want the design? He said a PSD would be fine, which you all know is a Photoshop file. So I designed a very simplistic shirt with the information on it, which said, you know, distinguished, sophisticated men of royalty there, and it had second biannual Boule 2013. It had the shield. It had our slogan, which was the Royal Renaissance, and under that, it had Birmingham, Alabama, July, So when I get the shirts, it only has a shield in Royal Renaissance. It has nothing on it about Boule, and it has nothing about the location, date, and time. I said, Robert, this is not what I gave you. He's like, no, this is what you gave me. So he went to his computer, he opened the file, and lo and behold, everything that I gave him was on the file. Then he proceeds to make excuses that because of the font or whatever. I said, well, Robert, why didn't you call me? If you didn't have the font, whatever, that is your job to call me to let me know that your system can't recognize what I do. How am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? He goes on his thing. So by this point, you know, I was like, okay, it is what it is. And I want to preserve the friendship because he had called me earlier in the week. I think everybody knows, like I am now, I work at a hotel. And he asked me for a discount for he and his wife for their anniversary, which, you know, they're friends, which I gladly do or whatever, right? So I said, okay, Robert, just refund me the money for which I paid for the shirts, and we'll call it a day. I can order some other shirts later and mail them out to the members of the organization. And I was like, just give me my money that I paid for the shirts. He was like, I don't have it in the drawer. I don't have it in the drawer. As if I have to give you, I have to write you a check. I said, well, Robert, don't worry about it. I'll holler at you when I get back. I'll get it when I get back. I was very nonchalant about it. You know, I wasn't about to pick no bones, right? Because once again, they're friends. I knew that it would be, you know, okay when I got back. So I'm on the road headed up to Birmingham. He sent me a picture message showing me the shirt corrected. He said he can put it on Greyhound because he had mentioned that earlier. He was like, well, we have to go now. If you have to go now, I can correct it and put it on Greyhound. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not trying to hear that. Just give me the $25 back. For the portion of the shirts or whatever, right? He sends me a picture message on my phone showing me the shirts corrected, and I was like, okay, cool. Just put them on Greyhound, like you said. He was like, okay, I'll take them to Greyhound today, and you can pay for them on your end. And I'm like, well, why am I paying for a mistake that you made? You made the mistake on the shirt, so I'm gonna have to pay for the design, pay for the shipping. I said, that's not going to work. I said, just forget the shirts or whatever the case may be. He was like, well, what did he say after that? Well, I'll give you your deposit back. And I was like, Robert, I didn't leave a deposit. He was like, you didn't leave a deposit? I said, no, I didn't leave a deposit. I said, Robert, I never leave deposits. That's just how we operate because, once again, we're friends. They've never asked me to leave a deposit for any of my stuff. Well, I take that back. At the very beginning, and this is before Robert, before Tracy, you know, knew who I was and the character and person that I was, then I would leave a deposit. But normally on things that I do, because they know that I'm coming back for them, I never leave a deposit. So then he flips the script and says, well, technically, since you didn't leave a deposit, you didn't have an order. So everything right at this point is just hearsay. And I'm like, oh, you want to play this motherfucking game? And so I was like, at this point, you know, I'm not the thing about arguing. You know, wrinkles, when you argue, get upset, you create wrinkles, and you see how flawless my skin is, honey. I don't get upset about anything. My thing is I get even. I'm a very vengeful person. God is still working me on that. I love to get even. I really do. Really do. Not that I love to, but if you scorn me and do me wrong, trust and believe. They say let God do it, honey, because he can do it far better than you can. But on the flip side, sometimes God take a little too long for me. So I go ahead and just have at it. So he said, you don't have an order technically since you didn't leave a deposit. And I was like, okay, well, friend, what I'm going to do is like I do best. I get on my camcorder and do a blog. I've had successful blogs regarding Sizzle, regarding Robert Champion. I've had successful blogs, and I have over 100,000 views. I want to say almost what, 4,000 subscribers somewhere in that area. I don't know. But this is how I'm going to do it. I take it to media. And you know, I've seen things happen in Ujamaa where they messed up orders, but it's not my place to say because it's not my business. I've seen Robert almost get his ass whooped by a man for messing up 200 or so odd t-shirts. It ain't my business. It's not my place to say anything because it's not my business. But as a business owner, if I mess up on my client's work, if I don't airbrush it right or something happens, it is my responsibility to make sure, one, that they're happy and that they're satisfied. And especially if I did the mistake, that I need to chump up the change and get it redone. If I don't print enough, if I print too many, or if it's over airbrushed or whatever the case may be, and I print it and she has not told me that it's okay to print, that's my fault. I jumped the gun. I did something wrong. So why am I going to charge my client to do something or to pay for something else when it was my fault? That's bad business practice. And I hate to say it like this, and I'm sure, and I'm going to email them this video into their inbox. Tracy, I love you to death, and I'm going to say this publicly. As a people, I like them. As business, utterly cannot stand them. As a people, if we just had to be friends outside of, you know, you doing my stuff or whatever, fine, because we don't have to worry about the business aspect of it. But as a business, they suck. And everybody here, I don't understand how they're selling business, honestly. But everybody in the black community knows that their work quality is great, but their business practice and the way they treat their customers is piss poor performance. And my thing is this, Tracy, I understand that is your husband. I understand you love him to honor and obey, but why would you let a man ruin your business? This is a business that your family started. This is not something that you and he started together. Your family started this. And you're letting your husband push away money, push away customers, and you have not you per se, Tracy, but your business has a horrible reputation in Tallahassee. And the fact of the matter is, the reason why people still come to you because unfortunately there is no other African-American Greek paraphernalia shop in Tallahassee. So you kind of have the monopoly. But trust and believe, if another company came in, if another Greek shop came in and provided the same, if not better quality as you, and excellent customer service to their customers, you all will be out of business. And so this is from me to you. You know, I'm still, you know, I'm over it, but I'm still pissed off at the way it transpired, being that we are friends. It hurt even more that we were. I'm not even going to say our friends, so we're not anymore. That we were friends, that really pissed me off. And for you, like I said, for this to be your family's business, that's just like me letting somebody come. Everybody may know that my grandparents own a restaurant here. But it's the oldest historically black soul food restaurant in Tallahassee, consecutively run. There have been restaurants that have opened and closed for a year and then reopened, but we have never closed in Tallahassee. And if God forbid, if my grandfather passed away and for some strange reason he left it to his gay grandson, eldest grandson and great grandson, and if I got married to my husband, this is my business. This is my family's business. You better get you a job somewhere damn else. And if you work down here, understand that this is my family's business. And that's the way I see it. I don't know why you continue to let this man drive your business into the ground. Every time I talk to other Greeks, other members of Greek organizations or civic organizations, they have some negative to say about Ujamaa. And I always come to bat. And I say, yeah, that may be the case, but they provide excellent quality. Bitch, no more. I can't come to bed anymore. You scorned me, you did me wrong. So I'm asking that all my people that have watched this video, all my Greeks, all my Alpha Kappa Alpha, all my Delta Sigma Thetas, happy Centennial, all my Zeta Phi Betas, all my Sigma Gamma Rho, all of my Alpha Phi Alphas, all of my Kappa Alpha Psis, all of my Omega Psi Phis, all of my Phi Beta Sigmas, all of my Iota Phi Thetas, Gamma Sigma Sigma, Tau Beta Sigma, Phi Mu Alpha, Kappa Kappa Psi, Delta Sigma Pi, Alpha Phi Omega, Gamma Sigma Sigma, Sigma Romeos, MODs, TAS, DAS Mars, MWPs, everybody in Greekness, Tri Delta, Kappa Sigma. Yes, bitch, I'm calling them all out. The ones that I can remember off the top of my head. Do not support Ujamaa. Do not support a business that does not value their customers, does not value how you feel, and will not refund you property that you gave them to do that they messed up on. If I brought a product down and you messed up on my shirts, it is for you to replace my shirts. And he offered, well, I can give you the shirts back. What the fuck am I doing with that many blue t-shirts? What am I going to just do with that many fucking blue t-shirts? What the hell? So, you know, this is my my video regarding that. It's about 15 minutes long, and I'm about done. So, with that being said, I plead to you, do not support Ujamaa, located on South Monroe Street in Tallahassee, Florida, where the owners are Robert and Tracy Williams. Do not support them, because I will not spend my money in an establishment that does not support me as a person or supports my dollar. So I'm putting it out to anybody else, and like I said, I'm going to email this to them. They can feel how they feel. I can care less. And I'm going to push this video. I'm going to push it, and I want you all fellow Greeks that feel the same, fellow people. It could be people that had the t-shirts done by their family reunion or whatever. If you feel the same way that I do, forward this video, email it out, blast it out, because I want the word to get out that their performance as far as customer service is piss poor. They do not value you. Side note, I'm gonna add this real quick. That bitch cut me off a minute ago. So yeah, yeah, if you just saw it just stop, the battery light flashing. So once again, do not support Ujamaa. Ujamaa. It's pronounced Ujamaa, but they say Ujamaa over there. But do not support Ujamaa under the principles of Kwanzaa. Do not support Ujamaa because they do not value you or your dollar or respect you. Do not support Ujamaa. Do not support Tracy and Robert Williams. Leave your comments at the bottom. If they've done anything to you, as far as your organization or any business that you've done, leave it down there. Leave it on the bottom, on YouTube, please. I know I'm going to post this all over Facebook and email it out to all my constituents, but make sure you go to YouTube itself and leave the horrible things that they have done to you. I'm serious. Please leave your comments so they can see it and understand how they have affected the community in a negative way. Black businesses are supposed to lift up the community, not screw them over. So, with that said, I'm about to get started with some work from my clients that I do professional, on time, because they don't never do anything on time for y'all, ever. They are never done on time, never, ever. This is quiet as it's kept. I have never ordered anything from Ujamaa and it was ever done on time, ever. So, once again, with that said, I'm about to go. This is your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. Chilling out, you know, doing my thing. And don't you fucking support Ujamaa. I'm telling you, don't just take your ass over there. Don't you take your ass over. If you go to Ujamaa, I'm going to slap you in the face, stab you in the eye, and then cut your urethra. Your trachea. And okay, anyway, don't know what a trachea is. So, I'll holla at you later. Peace and much love. Be easy. Don't you support them niggas over there. Don't you support them niggas. Bye.